So what's your favorite color?
If I had to pick a favorite color, I would say it depends on my mood. Most of the time, my default answer is going to be black, but that's when I'm more like in a really focused, really serious mood. But when I'm kind of like feeling light and relaxed, I would say I'm more of a blue type of person.
Are you a cat person or a dog person?
100% a dog person. First of all, I'm allergic to cats, but dogs tend to be more loyal. I know that cat people would disagree with me on that, but I gotta say, I've had dogs all my life.
So what's your favorite band or musical artist?
All time, without a doubt, Johnny Cash, and that kind of just plays into why my favorite color is black. It's why I wear black to the ring. His music speaks to me on a personal level. Currently, I would have to say, without a doubt, it's the White Buffalo. And if you haven't heard him, you got to go check it out. And I like him for very similar reasons to why I like Johnny Cash.
So why did you choose to become a wrestler?
I chose to become a wrestler because when I was younger, it didn't matter if I had a good day or a bad day. If things weren't going well in school, or if you know, rain, snow, or shine, I could come home and every week there would be new wrestling on. There was always new content, and they constantly pumped it out, and I was able to live vicariously through these wrestlers, and they were kind of like my superheroes, and so I would watch them on a weekly basis, and I would kind of grow from them and learn a lot of life lessons from the stories being told, but they were always there, you know. And as I grew older and I started to appreciate the sport and the art form, I started to really get invested in these characters as I grew with them, and I got invested with the stories that they would tell. And I always thought there was something unique about the ability to go out there with your body and express a story, and to go out there and represent an idea that could hit home for so many people watching at home or watching in the crowd. And that kind of inspiration that they gave me, I know they gave a million people out there, whether it was a father or a son or a daughter, a mother, a sister, or you're just down on your luck, or you're having a bad time, or you know, you didn't know where the next paycheck was coming from. Whatever adversity you faced in life, you could draw inspiration from the stories being told in wrestling. And I thought to myself, wow, they did so much for me personally. I would love to do that for other people. I would love to give back the best that I can, and I think wrestling is the best outlet for me to do that.
What is your goal for the wrestling industry?
I think career-wise, right now I'm so focused. I'm on the tail end of my rookie year. I just want to grow and get better, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever I can do to get better, that's what I want to do. And I have no attachment as far as ego goes in this business right now. I want to learn. You know, I want to take my lumps. I want to get embarrassed. I want to get humiliated. You know, I'll lose the matches I need to lose in order to grow. And that's my #1 priority. If I can wrestle somebody that can make me better, that's what I want to do. My long-term goal would be to wrestle the best in the world, be one of the best in the world, and to hold a world championship. I'm extremely focused on someday holding a world title, and that means a lot to me. I've been focused on that ever since I was a little kid. I did every avenue that I needed to, whether that was learning jiu-jitsu or getting into amateur wrestling and doing 3 practices a day, or getting into theater and becoming an international honor scholar thespian, or becoming the drama club president, or winning a state title with my wrestling team, or winning an all-freshman state title. Those were things that I needed, and it was difficult because of the resources I had and because of my most precious commodity, which was time. I didn't have enough time to do everything, but ever since I was a little kid, I've given up parties and hanging out with friends. I've missed birthdays, I've missed weddings, and I've sacrificed a lot monetarily and personally in order to pursue this goal, and I'm far from done. Like I said, I'm doing this to give back to people the same way that I was given inspiration, and holding that world title would be a success not just for me, but it would kind of replace the chip on my shoulder, because I came from a working class family. I came from a family where my dad had to get up before the sun rose, and he got back after the sun set, and he'd bust his back and he'd break his back on roofs. And I've been up there too in that scorching heat, working overtime, busting your back in labor in the hot Arizona sun, just trying to make a living. And him and my mom, they did everything they could to provide for us, and I deeply, deeply appreciate that. So I want to represent that. I want to represent the working class, the people that don't get their shot, that are just trying to get by. I'm willing to sacrifice that and move forward and win the world championship for all of us. They said Dusty Rhodes was the son of a plumber. I'm the son of a roofer, and someday I want to hold that strap and represent the common man.
What would it mean to you to win your first championship this Sunday?
Everything. My rookie year has been more than anybody can ask for. To train under somebody with as great a wrestling IQ as Merrick Brave, and to train under somebody like Seth Rollins, I don't have enough gratitude in the world for those guys, because I wouldn't get the opportunities that I have if not for them. And I hope I can represent them well. Every time that I feel my match wasn't up to my standard, which seems like every match, I feel like I let them down. And every day that passes that I'm not holding that standard, that I'm not holding that title, it feels like I'm not just letting them down, but I'm letting my family down, that I'm letting my friends down, that I'm letting down everybody that comes out and supports me. So what would winning this title mean? It's not really validation, but it would be a major milestone, a sign of things to come, that the work that I've been putting in for years, I finally have something to show for it. And if I win the title, it's not enough for me to just hold it. I'm not there to win the belt and take some pictures. You know, I'm there to defend it. I'll be a fighting champion. Every single hill that the fans want me to die on, I will go out and die on. Every single opponent that thinks they're good enough to take that belt off me, great. Step up, take it off me. And if you think I'm an undeserving champion, come and get it. But I don't want to look too far in advance. First things first, I've got to beat Tyrone Cabron this Sunday. And Tyrone's a tough opponent, but I'm ready for him.
What have you done in preparation for your upcoming title match?
It's business as usual. I'm putting in the same amount of work that I always have. I don't extra prepare for an opponent. I don't under prepare for an opponent. My opponent has to adjust to me. So I'm going out there and I'm preparing to be the best version of me. And I'm expecting the very best version of my opponent. I don't think I'll get him at his worst. I'm expecting the best. I'm expecting him to come out and bring everything he's got. For me, it's the same thing. My nutrition is always on point. I have a great nutritionist helping me with all my meal planning. I do a mix of power building, hypertrophy movements with resistance training, weights, kind of like bodybuilding type stuff. But I mix that in with powerlifting. My Olympic lifts I use for power. And for conditioning, I like to do CrossFit. CrossFit's become a huge staple of how I prepare. And for this one, I just figured if it's not broke, don't fix it. So just keep pushing along, keep improving everything. I'm improving, I'm getting bigger, faster, stronger, more athletic. And even if it's a slow grind, it's progress, and I'm in there every day making that grind.
How do you see yourself winning this match?
I think I'll be the better prepared person on the night. I take nothing away from Tyrone. He's a hard hitter. I mean, he puts guys out. If you go watch, I mean, he shuts their lights out. He's got some dangerous moves. He's got great setups. He hits them out of nowhere. His footwork's great. And he's an opportunist. He seems to understand how to avoid damage and how to pick his spots. He's been doing this a lot longer than me, so he's very cerebral and he's got that veteran instinct, but I'd like to think my wrestling IQ is just right up there with him. I think I'll be the faster person on the night. I think I'll be the more athletic person on the night, but I think our skill sets match up pretty well, and I think you'll see a great match. I think you'll see us go toe-to-toe. In the end, I think I just want this a lot more. This burns me up inside. I want this title. And I think on Sunday, we're going to see that be the difference. When we get drug out into deep waters, it's sink or swim, and I think he's going down, and I think I can tread water for the rest of my life. I can keep afloat. I can swim to shore. I have that extra gear, that extra drive, and I'm willing to put that out there, and I'm willing to die in that ring, and I don't know that he's able to say the same thing. That's the difference.